Dear teachers, welcome to JS in English Learning. We are with Unit 7 of PGTRB, and we start a detailed discussion on Chinua Achebe's famous essay, The Novelist as a Teacher. Now, coming to the text, we know certain information, so let's recall. ஏற்கனவே தெரிந்த ஒரு சில இன்ஃபர்மேஷனை நம்ம ரீகால் பண்ணுவோம். என்ன அப்படின்னா, when was this essay published or where was it published? அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, originally the novelist as a teacher was delivered as a lecture at the first Commonwealth Writers Conference in Leeds, England in the year 1964. So initially it was a lecture which was delivered, and this lecture was later printed in the form of an essay, and it was included in an essay collection titled Morning Yet on Creation Day. And the publisher is Heinemann, and the year was 1975. Question எப்படி கேட்பாங்க அப்படின்னா, in which anthology, in which essay collection did this essay appear அப்படின்னு கேட்டாங்கன்னா, it is Morning Yet on Creation Day அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ஒரு கலெக்ஷன்ல இந்த லெக்சர் வந்து பிரிண்ட் பண்ணப்பட்டது, ஆட் பண்ணப்பட்டது அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன். நவ் what is the main arguments in the essay before getting? It's a kind of recalling. In this essay, Chinua Achebe argues that a novelist has a responsibility not only to entertain, but also to educate his readers about the important social and political issue within his society. ஒரு ரைட்டர், ஒரு நாவலிஸ்ட், அவருடைய ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி என்ன அப்படின்னா, ஆடியன்ஸை மகிழ்விப்பது மட்டுமல்ல, அந்த மக்களுக்கான சமூக பிரச்சனைகள், அந்த மக்களுக்கான அரசியல் சார் பிரச்சனைகள், அதை பற்றி ஒரு தெளிவை மக்களுக்கு கொடுக்க வேண்டும். So his job is to educate. Two important functions. One is the educational aspect, the other one is the entertainment aspect. இதுல எஜுகேஷன் ஆஸ்பெக்டுக்கு ப்ரையாரிட்டி, அதே நேரத்துல என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட்டும் வேணும் சார். ஏன்னா ஒரு பிளாட் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன், அந்த பிளாட் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் how fast the plot moves so that it engages the audience, அந்த ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு. இருந்தாலும் the primary purpose is education. The next point is, he argues or he emphasizes the role of the African writer in particular to challenge colonial narrative and present authentic African perspective. சரி, ஒரு ஆப்பிரிக்கன் ரைட்டருடைய மெயின் ரோல் என்னவாக இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, he has to challenge the colonial narrative. Colonial narrative அப்படின்னா, the African people had been once the colony of the European countries, and because they were under the clutches of the European colonies, they have a temptation to look down upon their culture and to celebrate the West. மேலை நாடுகள், அந்த மேலை நாடுகளின் கலாச்சாரம், மேலை நாடுகளிலிருந்து வரக்கூடிய எண்ண ஓட்டம், அதுதான் பெருசு. நம்முடைய நாட்டின் கலாச்சாரம், நம்முடைய நாட்டின் ஐடியாலஜி, அதெல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப மோசம் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு மனநிலை இருக்கு. அந்த மனநிலை மாற்றுவது என்பது யாருடைய வேலை அப்படின்னா, ஒரு ஆப்பிரிக்கன் ரைட்டருடைய வேலை. Then very important is, he wanted African writers to develop their own perspective na how you see things. Seeing is just looking at something. Perspective அப்படின்னா looking at something and understanding and then communicating. இப்போ இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா, he wants African writers to develop their own perspective, not following the perspective of the European thinkers or European writers. அவங்க பாக்குற மாதிரி நம்ம பார்க்க கூடாது. நம்மளுடைய கல்ச்சரை, நம்மளுடைய ப்ராப்ளம்ஸை நம்முடைய சொந்த கண்ணால பார்க்கணும். அந்த பிரச்சனைகளுக்கு சொல்யூஷனை நம்ம தான் தேடணும். அது ஒரு ரைட்டருடைய ஜாப் அப்படின்னு ரொம்ப அழகா சொல்லியிருக்காரு. சோ இதை காட்டுறதுக்கு என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா, a writer should use his literature to teach African people or to create an awareness about their existing condition. அதுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளா என்ன பண்றாருன்னா, he is speaking about his own novel Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart அப்படின்னு ஒரு நாவல் எழுதினேன். And my main aim in writing the novel is to speak about the impact of colonialism on traditional African society. அது வந்து வெஸ்டர்ன் ஆடியன்ஸ்க்காக எழுதப்பட்ட ஒர்க் கிடையாது. அது என்னுடைய மக்கள், அந்த மக்கள் வந்து ஒரு பெரிய ப்ராப்ளத்தினால சஃபர் பண்ணாங்க. என்ன ப்ராப்ளத்தினால சஃபர் பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னா கொலோனியலிசம். அதை அந்த மக்களுக்கு நான் எடுத்து காட்டணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக தான் நான் எழுதினேன். இந்த மாதிரி தான் ஒரு நாவலை நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணணும். Not to celebrate the West, not to celebrate the Western ideology, not to celebrate the Western lifestyle, but to celebrate African lifestyle, African culture, African ideas, African landscape. அதுதான் ஒரு ஆப்பிரிக்கன் ரைட்டருடைய முக்கியமான ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி அப்படின்னு இந்த எஸ்ஸேல நமக்கு சொல்லி இருக்கிறார். Now we get into the essay. என்ன எஸ்ஸே அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, he is beginning the essay by telling that his writing is different from the writings of other African writers. அவருடைய contemporary worldல Chinua Achebe is speaking about the difference between his writing and the writing of other African writers. When the other African writers were celebrating the Western ideas, when all the African writers were were celebrating the European lifestyle, the European culture, this particular writer, Chinua Achebe, he was writing about the impact of colonialism on African people. He was speaking about the African history, how Africans lost their identity, how Africans lost their culture because of the Western man's entry into the African space. And that was very much present in the writings of Chinua Achebe. That is the first idea that is discussed. Coming to the second idea, here I have highlighted it in yellow color. In this essay, the author is advising the young African writers to understand the relationship between the African writer and the African audience. He says the relationship that exists between African writers and African audience is not the same as the relationship that exists between European writers and European audience. The relationship that existed in Europe is completely different, whereas in Africa, the relationship is completely different. And he goes to explain his statement. என்ன explanation? What explanation? அப்படின்னா ரொம்ப கிளியரா சொல்றாரு. In Europe, a writer lives within the society but does not feel that he belongs to the society. He feels that he is a little superior and the society is inferior. He is a progressive thinker and the society is considered to be backward, and the writer often finds fault with the society. He is always in revolt with the society. So when he is finding fault with the society, also is fighting back with the writer. The society looks up to the writer with suspicion. They are suspecting him whether this man belongs to us or he doesn't belong to us. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பெரிய கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட் வந்தது. The second thing is, he lives untouched by the sufferings of the world because he is living in the world of imagination. He is living in the world of romantic ideals. அவரு கொஞ்சம் ரொமான்டிக் வேர்ல்டுலே இருக்கிறாரு, கொஞ்சம் இமேஜினேட்டிவ் வேர்ல்டுலே இருக்காரு, ரியாலிட்டிக்கே வர்றது இல்ல. அதனால the ordinary man's problem is not touched by the Western writer. And then he speaks about the economic condition of the Western writers. Most of the Western writers, either there were two categories. Either they were very popular, very rich, or they were very poor, literally living in the fringes of the society. Fringe அப்படின்னா எட்ஜ் தான், அவங்க எட்ஜில் தான் இருப்பாங்க. அப்படியே நடுவுல இருந்தா கூட they feel that they don't belong to the society, and they are also peculiarly dressed. என்ன அப்படின்னா in worn out costume, in a worn out hat, ஒரு கிரே கலர்ல ஒரு ட்ரெஸ். I find that this description is similar to the description of man of letters in the essay Hero as Man of Letters, written by William Hazlitt. அங்கேயும் அதே மாதிரி தான் சொல்லுவாரு. In the modern world, in the 17th, 18th century, the man of letter, leads a very poor life. He lives the life of a pauper. He is not celebrated by the society. And he is spiritually strong, but the society does not understand him. It always misunderstands him. The greatness of a man lies when people misunderstand him. That was a statement which is found there in William Hazlitt. The idea will also be reflected in Self-Reliance, written by Ralph Waldo Emerson. To be great is to be misunderstood. The world always misunderstands genuine writers. False writers are celebrated, but genuine writers, the writers who are writing out of inspiration, are always against materialism. So when you are speaking against materialism, the society will suspect you, will not think of you as their men and women. They will always target you. Did you get that idea, teachers? I hope this idea is clear. இதற்கப்புறம் என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா, he says that the relationship between the European writer and the European people is not very smooth. It is strained. Okay. Am I audible, teachers? I think there is some network. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jaga Suresh, ma'am. I have resumed the recording. Now, getting back, there are two things that Achabi is focusing here. The first thing is what the writer expects from the society and what the society expects from the writers. And Achabi is looking into history, and he says most of the documented texts tell what the writer expects from the society. Sometimes the writer expects the society to change its mannerism, to change its cultural behavior, to change its political ideology. But there is very less document about what the society expects from the writer. Okay, and then Chinua Achebe goes to make an assumption because he is addressing African writers and post-colonial writers. So he is making an assumption. What is assumption? That is a very important assumption which he makes. He says, my dear audience, let me tell you certain thing. A writer is a person who lives well within the society. The writer and the society, they live in the same place. So whatever affects the writer should affect the society, and whatever affects the society should affect the writer. This is a very important idea which is given as an assumption. நம்ம assume பண்ணிக்கோமே இந்த ஒரு foundation. This is the proposition. Taken this proposition, we come to know how important is the role of a writer. ஒரு writer உடைய role ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம், because he is a man who lives among a particular society. He is an integral part. He cannot run away from the society. He cannot say, I don't belong to this place. Because he is part and parcel of the society. So whatever affects the society should affect the writer, and the writer should communicate that particular problem of the society in his writing. அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. The next ஒரு அதே இதுல வந்து அடுத்த ஒரு ஐடியா சொல்றாரு. என்ன ஐடியா அப்படின்னா, there is a general accusation on the African writer. There is a general criticism on the African writer. What is that general criticism? அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, that the African writer is writing not for the African people, but for the European people. And the reason that some African writers give for writing for the non-African people is that Africans are not interested in reading. This is the charge that comes from the writer's side. Why do you write literature for the non-natives? When such a question was raised, some of the African writers were telling, sir, I am not writing for these people because these people are not at all interested. Better that I write for the non-natives or for the foreign people in the foreign country, because they are very good readers. They read and they appreciate my writing. And normally teachers speak about it. They say, my class, I am fed up with my class because my students are not at all interested. Better I go somewhere else where there are students with interest. This is a kind of negative charge which is made by some Africans, and Chinua Achebe is going to counter this argument by giving a personal anecdote. What is a personal anecdote? Our personal information சொல்ல போறாரு. என்ன அப்படின்னா, I am an African writer. I'm a Nigerian writer. I don't write any novels for non-Africans. I write only for African people, and African people take delight in reading my novels. And he is giving the example of how his novels were received in Africa. He says the novel Things Fall Apart, okay, when it was published, okay, in Nigeria, 20,000 copies were sold. But in Europe, okay, in Britain, only 800 copies were sold in Britain, and only 2,500 copies in rest of the world, which shows that his novels were celebrated by African people. And he says, why were my works celebrated? Because my works deal with African people and their problem. ஏன்னா என்னுடைய மக்கள், அந்த மக்களுக்கான பிரச்சனைகளை என்னுடைய நாவலில் நான் அலசி ஆராய்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். அதனால என்னுடைய நாவலை வந்து என்னுடைய மக்கள் வாசிக்கிறாங்க. நீங்களும் இந்த மாதிரி ஆப்பிரிக்கன் பீப்புளுடைய ப்ராப்ளம், ஆப்பிரிக்கன் பீப்புளுடைய யூனிக்னஸ் செலிப்ரேட் பண்ற மாதிரி if you're writing literature, your people will read it. And then he goes ahead to speak about his audience. Who were the audience of Chinua Achebe? அப்படி சிம்பிளா கொஸ்டின் கேட்டாங்கன்னா Chinua Achebe தெளிவா சொல்றாரு. He tells very clearly that his audience were either school children or college going children or those who have graduated recently. And how do they look at Chinua Achebe? That is very interesting. He says, all my audience look at me as a kind of a teacher. I am a writer basically, but through my writing, I have become a teacher. And then he gives an example of a letter that he received from northern Nigeria from a young man. And the name of the young man is Buba Iyura Mafindi. Buba Yaro Mafindi. This young man என்ன பண்ணிருக்காரு, ஒரு லெட்டர் எழுதியிருக்காரு Chinua Achebe. And he is addressing Chinua Achebe as Dear C. Achebe. And look at the small letter. I do not usually write to letters. I don't have the habit of writing letters to the author, no matter how interesting their work is. அது ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா இருந்தா கூட நான் எழுதுறது இல்ல. But I feel I must tell you how much I enjoyed your edition of Things Fall Apart and No Longer at Ease. And why did he celebrate Chinua Achebe's novels, Things Fall Apart and No Longer at Ease? It is given in the next line. Your novels serve as an advice to us young people. We young people, there is a misunderstanding that young people do not like advice. ஆனா இங்க Chinua Achebe ஒரு young man எழுதுறாரு, we young people are looking up to a very good advice from you because you are advising us about our culture, about our tradition, about our walk of life. So we love you. I trust you will continue to produce as many of this type of books with friendly greetings and best wishes. This is one positive letter that Chinua Achebe received. அதே நேரத்துல இன்னொரு சைட்லயும் there was a letter which carried a negative information. What is a negative information? There is a reader in a place called Ghana who wrote a pathetic letter. ரொம்ப மோசமா ஒரு லெட்டர் எனக்கு எழுதினாரு. அதை படிக்கும்போது எனக்கே ஐயோ பாவமே அப்படின்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி இருந்தது. A pathetic letter. And what is the pathetic letter? What does it say? அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா, he addressed Chinua Achebe and told, you wrote good novels, but one particular segment is missing in your novel. After every chapter, you could have given question answer as an annexure, which means the reader was very much occupied about textbook format. He wanted the novel to be in a textbook format. The reader read the novel just to pass an exam. ஒரு எக்ஸாம் பாஸ் பண்ணணும். அந்த எக்ஸாம் பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூல உங்களுடைய நாவல் அமைச்சிங்கன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும். This, according to Chinua Achebe, is how to do readers mindset. இந்த செகண்ட் லெட்டர் எழுதுன அந்த ரீடருடைய மைண்ட் செட், அந்த ரீடரை வந்து என்ன கேட்டகரிக்குள்ள வைக்கிறாரு? He is using a Nigerian pidgin. A pidgin is a type of language. இப்ப நைஜீரியன் பிட்ஜின்ல ஒரு டேர்ம் இருக்கு சார். அந்த டேர்மை யூஸ் பண்ணி இந்த ரீடர் கேட்டகரைஸ் பண்ணலாம். What type of reader is he? A how far do reader. This how far do reader did not read the novel to get ideas, but he wanted to gather data to pass an exam. And now the author is moving towards the most important part of his essay. He is going to speak about the reader and the reader's suggestion that is given. The reader வந்து ஒரு suggestion is she is going to give. Who is that reader? அப்படின்னா, there is a female teacher in Ghana whom Chinua Achebe happened to meet during one of his trips to Ghana. And what did that lady say? அப்படின்னா, that young female teacher told Chinua Achebe to make some changes in No Longer at Ease. என்ன சொன்னாங்க? I read your novel, Chinua Achebe, No Longer at Ease, and there the hero is in love with a girl, but you did not give a positive ending to the novel. You did not allow the young man to marry the girl whom he loved. This is bit bad. You could have given a happy ending to the novel. அப்படின்னு அவங்க ஒரு சஜஷன் கொடுத்தாங்க. அவர் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, when I listened to that lady, I felt that the lady was speaking with so much of emotion and passion that her accusation, her charge seemed to be natural, and I was also having a temptation to make some changes. But then, okay, I have to be a man with self-respect. A self-respecting writer should never take dictates from the reader. He can take suggestions. சார் இது நல்லா இருக்குமே, இப்படி பண்ணலாமே அப்படின்னு சொன்னா சரி பார்க்கலாம் அப்படின்னு தான் சொல்லணும். இல்ல மாத்துங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்கன்னா நீங்க மாத்தக்கூடாது. Because you are a writer, you should write with a conviction. What is the quality of a writer according to Chinua Achebe? An African writer should write with conviction. He should write things that would empower his people. What he thinks is best. He should not take dictate. If he takes dictates from the reader, then he is not a man with self-respect. இன்னொரு முக்கியமான ஐடியா என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா, a writer must sometimes disagree with the society and stand by his conviction. நான் என்ன கன்வின்ஸ் ஆயிருக்கணும், அதுல ரொம்ப ஃபர்மா இருக்கணும். அந்த கன்விக்ஷன்ல காம்ப்ரமைஸ் பண்ணி ஆடியன்ஸ் ஹாப்பி பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா sometime you will not produce good work. This is what he is going to speak about. And then he says, the writer should carefully choose his cause while writing. எதுக்காக நீங்க லிட்ரேச்சர் எழுதுறீங்க அப்படிங்கிறத ஒரு ரைட்டர் வந்து டிசைட் பண்ணணும். You have to choose your cause, and once you have chosen your cause, the cause for writing literature, what should be the cause அப்படின்னு சொல்ல போறாரு. என்ன அப்படின்னா, you should liberate the people from the colonial trauma, because you are from a erstwhile colony. முற்காலத்தில் நீங்க வந்து மேலை நாடுகளின் காலனியா இருந்திருக்கிறீங்க. அந்த காலனியில இருக்கும்போது என்ன பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, யூ ஹேட் லாட் ஆஃப் மென்டல் ஸ்ட்ரெஸ். அந்த மென்டல் ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் இன்னைக்கும் கண்டினியூ ஆகிட்டு இருக்கு, ஈவன் ஆஃப்டர் இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸ். அண்ட் யுவர் ஜாப் இஸ் டு அட்ரஸ் தட், டு ஹீல் த ட்ராமா, டு ஹீல் த மென்டல் ஸ்கார், டு ஹீல் த ஆட்டிடியூட் ஆஃப் த ஆப்பிரிக்கன்ஸ் தட் their culture is inferior. அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு Chinua Achebe is attacking a Nigerian newspaper editor, telling that Nigerian newspaper editor was trying to be westernized when he was supposed to be African completely. The man was trying to be westernized. என்ன பண்ணாரு, that Nigerian newspaper editor went for technical efficiency, so he resorted to celebration of English language. Whereas what is needed for the Nigerian society is celebrate the native language, African dialects, African culture. அதை தான் நம்ம செலிப்ரேட் பண்ணியிருக்கணும், not the Western culture, the Western folk tales. You should celebrate your own history, not the Western history. And so he is attacking the Nigerian newspaper editor for the soulless efficiency of Europe's industrial and technological civilization, which he was promoting. அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா, let me tell you something, my dear audience. Every society has its own needs. European society has its own need, and the European writer will address those needs. ஐரோப்பியர்களுக்கு ஐரோப்பிய எழுத்தாளர்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள், அவர்கள் அவர்களுடைய பிரச்சனையை அட்ரஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. Whereas an African writer should be a man for his people. He should address the African people's problems. Did you get that, teachers? So I think with this, we have come to the end of a thought flow. Now we will break and get back to the next section of this essay.